Hey, everybody. Just a quick update here tonight. We're just going to give you some of the latest news. A number of news organizations all over the place are reporting that they think they found the remains of Gabby Petito's body. Washington Post right now, this just came literally, people are just sending me this stuff right now. Washington Post 6:15, which is about 20 minutes ago. Authorities said Sunday they may have found Gabby Petito's body near the Wyoming site where they were searching for the 22-year-old woman who was traveling across the country with her fiance, Charles Jones. An FBI agent confirmed Sunday the finding. The death has not been determined, Jones said, adding that her family has been notified, but that the authorities have not fully confirmed that the body is hers, but it matched her description. So we're getting a whole, don't use the word body. Why not, Tasmod? Anyway, hello, everybody. Bend over, Shimei Reagan, Janice Lala. Yeah. Anyway, the remains. I don't know. That the Washington Post is a journalistic authority and they say body. So anyway, I am just reading what the Washington Post reported. So we've got a number of sources now saying that they pretty sure the remains are hers, but it has, again, DNA matching and all that other stuff hasn't been done yet. So that is what we're hearing. Hey, Shimei, spell it. Oh, B-O-D-Y. Don't say it. Man. Hey, Tim M., Sue Kelly, Michelle. Yes. So if anybody's got some other interesting links that we can go with, please let me know. 571-419-0463 is our Camo Dave hotline. But it does look like, and I was kind of saying, wait a minute, we got to hold on this. But I'm looking all over the place now and checking out a whole lot of news sources, and it's all over the place here. Worst possible outcome from Fox News. FBI confirms remains in Wyoming, likely Gabby Petito, as massive hype for the fiance intensifies. So, one of my sources has also said, who's in the police department, has a lot of police department sources, has said that he is pretty sure it is her. First on Fox, authorities say the body found in Grand Teton National Park was likely that of Gabby Petito, saying the body matched the description of the missing woman. Authorities said that the investigation is still ongoing, noting that the body has yet to be 100% positively identified. Authorities on Sunday discovered a body at Grand Teton National Park in Moosey, Wyoming, Moosey, where the search for the missing 22-year-old was underway. Teton County Coroner Brent Blue confirmed to Fox News Digital. Quote, earlier today, human remains were discovered consistent with the description of Gabby Petito, unquote, FBI Denver Field Office Supervisory Senior Resident Agent Charles Jones said. The death has still not been confirmed. The cause of death has not been confirmed. So it looks quite likely. Yeah. Again, was anybody expecting anything different? Donna says, yeah, now what is the next shoe to drop? The police, the FBI have been searching that park there near North Port, Florida, there on the west coast of Florida, looking for Brian. Brian was said, the fiance was said to have been seen hiking into that park a few days ago and has since gone missing. So, is he still alive? Is he hiding out somewhere? Did he manage to get a ride and is somewhere else in the world? Who knows what? Anyway, we don't know, Sue. We do not know. But I kind of dreaded doing this video tonight. But hey, hey, Misty Woods, how are you doing? It's just, again, the Washington Post did a good article today about how everybody's been so attracted to this story. It has a lot to do with the folks that are on TikTok and the younger people and 22-year-olds and people in their 20s. And a lot of people are taking the nomadic life now. They're doing the YouTube traveling channels, the YouTube nomadic channels. And we've been covering a lot of that here. And it's just a very sad sad thing. There's so many people talking about it right now, and it kind of does look like, from what I'm reading on a lot of these news sources, that that is probably the remains of Gabby. Did the boyfriend do it? Who else? I don't know. We don't know. We just don't know. It is definitely interesting, but not confirmed yet. Uh, yeah, but Michelle says the FBI said it was definitely her, huh? Yeah. So again, we're looking at some of these mainstream news articles. Washington Post, Fox News, CNN, everybody is pretty much saying that it most probably is her. FBI is making a body consistent with the description of Gabby Petito. FBI says, according to Fox News, the human remains were found Sunday in the national forest near in Wyoming, where the authorities were searching for Petito. So we're looking at the news coming off the thing. This is about half an hour ago. Human remains were discovered in Teton County, Wyoming, consistent with the description of Gabby, 22 years old, the FBI said in a news conference. The thing I'm also wondering. Oh. The Forest Service. Okay, we'll let that go. The thing that I'm also wondering is the FBI must have some sort of reason for searching that park. What is the park called? Let me look here again. WFLA TV in FLA. WFLA TV Channel 8 there in Tampa has been doing a very good job covering this. So, yeah. Let's see here. Wyoming coroner Brett Blue confirmed to News Nation's Brian Enton that a body has been found. They don't know the identity, but they're seriously concerned that it might be Gabby's body. So, yeah. They're still searching for Brian. Brian went missing on Tuesday of last week. They are looking in Mayakachi Environmental Creek Park in the Carlton Reserve, which is just north of Northport, Florida, just south of Tampa. That 25,000-acre park. And I guess the FBI must really think he's there, because they are certainly spending a lot of resources to search that park, So, I mean, there are hundreds and hundreds of FBI and police people searching that park. So they must think he's there. It's amazing. Again, Brian has not, he's only been mentioned as a person of interest in this case. To my knowledge, nobody's charged him with anything. He's still just a person of interest. And they're maintaining a massive search there in that park, Carlton Reserve, north of Northport, Florida. Anyway, very sad. I had a small bit of hope that she was still left, that she left her abusive boyfriend. Again, LFWAGH, we all kind of thought that maybe she might just be wandering in the woods. People do that sometimes. They get all upset and stuff, and then they just go wandering, and maybe she might just come and say, hey, come wandering out of the woods. There's always that possibility. They are positive, Janina says, and the parents have been notified. Really, Desrat, thank you, Desrat, for the call. I got a call from Desrat there. WFLA is confirmed, but then had to back off. So that is it. It looks, I would say, a pretty good chance that is Gabby's body. Prayers for Gabby's family. Junkyard Dog, who knows? R.I.P. Bay Girl, you're an eternal free spirit now, up before the enemy there. Oh, man. Again, I was kind of hoping tonight would be a quiet night and we would just kind of get through it, and who knows, but it looks like some really nasty stuff here. Hey, Noreen, how are you? It's the end of the Nomads. No more Walmart parking. I don't know what Walmart parking had to do with this. It was just so touching to see that police video, the police cam video from August the 12th. And she just looked, it was just like, man, the police could have made a difference here. They obviously did not know that the next 3 or 4 weeks would produce such a tremendously traumatic story. But, if the police had maybe taken Gabby into custody or something, and involved in the dispute with her boyfriend there, and gotten her back in touch with her parents, and gotten her out of Wyoming and back to Long Island, maybe none of this would have happened. But again, you just don't know. Nobody, the police, nobody knew this was all going to happen. Oh, man. Donna, again, where is Brian? Is he still around? If he did this all, if this is what happened, maybe, and he was taking his family down with him, the longer he was with the family, the more they could put the conspiracy theories in there. Does the family know? Are they hiding it? Are they protecting him? The family's going to get involved now. Maybe he just decided to hike into that woods and take care of things himself. Who knows? Who knows? I think that is a distinct possibility, and maybe I honestly, on my level of probabilities, that is certainly a top probability that maybe they'll find his body somewhere in that park. But I don't know. I really don't know. It is her, says Misty. Yeah. I have a couple sources that have police connections, and from what I'm hearing, they're pretty much confirming that it is. The boyfriend was definitely acting suspicious. Yeah, the fact that he disappeared on Tuesday and has not been seen since, and maybe he's gone somewhere else, and the police. And it's amazing though that they could search that park and not. Dogs have the sense of smell and all that stuff. They could find him, track him, whatever. The fact that they haven't found him in that park there, the Carlton Reserve there in the Northport area there of Florida. That is kind of suspicious, right? He may be somewhere else. Maybe he wanted people to think he went there. Who knows? Yeah, she did have unique tattoos. Again, from what we're hearing, again, there is no confirmed 100% news that is definitely her, but it does kind of very strongly look like that. The parents have been informed, says Sean. If you've got any interesting links to news articles that we can get some more information to, please let us know. The alligators. Yeah, the alligators may have gotten Brian. Who knows? Yeah, that's very true. He could have done something and then laid there and the alligators took him away. Who the heck knows, The parents sent police there to keep them busy. He left a long time ago. That again is that the family people, who knows? Brian may have been, they said Brian went there and then he went somewhere else and he's now in Cuba or Venezuela. Who knows? It's just really sad. When you see that couple, apparently they've been dating since high school. They really seem to be a couple there for many years. We have come up with a more respectful word to use when someone is found dead. I don't know what word to use. Man, remains is what we normally hear, Tasmod. You haven't been watching the news, Dave? What's the news, Mark? I don't have cable here, okay? I don't got CNN and Fox News on 24/7. I do look at what's on the web, so whatever it is, yeah. Anybody got the latest updates? Aaron Lewis, there are hundreds of thousands of people missing in America right now. Again, you are absolutely right. We look at Chicago and we look at sometimes they have 20 or 30 people killed every day. We look at this situation here and we have a man who has still not technically been charged with anything. He is just a person of interest. And we have this massive search for him with over 100 law enforcement personnel, with boats, with drones, with airplanes. The News Channel 8 helicopter down there in Florida was even in on the case. Man, I don't know, man. All the press and people in front of the house, and no one saw him leave, in a Mustang, says Beverly. Yeah, everybody was watching that parent's house there in Northport. Did anybody see it? Did anybody see him leave? I don't know. He would be fairly, I think with all the press coverage right now, if he was hitchhiking along a road or anywhere, somebody would see him at a toll plaza. Who knows? Oh man, hello Shimei, hello Janice, nomadic dreamer. Yeah, but this is far from the nomadic community. This is wait, yeah, this is from the nomadic community, and it hits harder. Yeah, yeah. Again, I cover the nomads. I've been covering them for 5 years. I have a strange fascination with a lot of these people, why they go off and do what they do. And this was a beautiful young couple, and they were doing their cross country trip, and everything seemed to be cool. Then the thing is, they had a YouTube channel. Due to Bides, her body was found in the Spread Creek, Wyoming, confirmed. Man, I don't know, man. Yeah, anyway, if you got some links, send them to camodavidgmx.com. I am looking all over the place here. I'm trying to think of some other websites to check out. We've done Fox News, we've done CNBC. Let's try msnbc.com, see if anybody's got some news that we haven't reported yet. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my goodness, they don't have anything. They're all political. They're all political news. Let's try the New York Times. New York Times. It's funny how certain of these really top dog news organizations are not reporting much on this. The Washington Post has kind of downplayed it. It's been big on the, I'm not even seeing it above the fold here on the New York Times. They got Joe Manchin here on the New York Times. Human remains believed to be belonging to the missing woman van mystery are found. Authorities said the body was consistent with the description of Gabrielle Petito, who was reported missing after her fiance returned home from a trip without her. So the New York Times is also reporting this. Let's try some AP here. Let's see what Associated Press has here. I'm just checking some news sources here all over the place, and we'll just see what everybody's reporting. They leading with Haitian migrants. So anyway, I don't know, man. I'm the new CNN. Yeah, I saw the whole thing breaking on the police body camera. Yeah, that was very heartbreaking to watch, Misty. I think that was it's just, hey, the police had an opportunity here to really prevent this from happening. But again, nobody knew it was going to go that way. I mean, Shimei sent me the first clip of this. I think it was like last Monday. And we just thought, okay, it's a small story. It's some woman missing and she'll be found or whatever. We never knew it was going to just roll and snowball into a story like this. Yeah, I don't know, Din Dog 22. My guess, I would guess yes. Did the boyfriend off himself? My guess is yes, and maybe they will find him in the park there somewhere. Or maybe he just got on a boat, went to Cuba or wherever. I don't know. The fake news is completely worthless. Nomadic Ranch is official lockdown. If your husband or boyfriend fell off a cliff, how would you feel if the word? Yeah, and again, we don't know what happened. Was she buried? Was she just found? Was it? Is it? Yeah. If this is Gabby, and it looks like it is. Was it bare? Is there a hole dug and she buried there, or did she fall off a cliff and is she just laying there? I don't know, man. Did she fall? Maybe she just went off into the woods and left him in the van and fell off, and who knows what. Yeah, Leisure 057 blank. Yeah, I don't know, man. If my wife fell off a cliff, what? I missed that one there. If my wife fell off a cliff, I would be heart struck. I love her. Well, that's nice. Travels with Doodah. I don't know, man. E4 Mafia, we're just trying to again, I kind of jumped into this story because we do cover nomads. We do cover all that stuff and YouTubers. And this was kind of like the perfect story, just I do some news stuff. We cover stuff where hikers go missing and stuff like that. And nobody knew a week ago that this would become such a crazy big story. Yeah, and judging from where her body was found, she wasn't pushed off a cliff or anything. Colleen says. Yeah, he might have left her stranded. That's a possibility. Yeah, the lesbian couple found murdered near the location. That was right. That was about the same time at that moon whatever. I can never remember the name of that moon cooperative thing there in Moab. About the same time they were found murdered. Yeah, and they did report seeing a creepy guy, but again, from what I've heard, there's been no connection between the two cases. It's her. They know it's her. Her parents need. They just found not buried. Okay, not buried. So she might have just. Who knows what happened? Whether she, yeah, who knows? Again, it's like every little piece of evidence raises a myriad of questions, right? Their video has over 2 million views. Does he profit from that? Whose video is that, Dave G? It looked like a pretty open area to me. Again, if, they had a fight and she ran out of the van and went out into the woods and then he waited there a couple days and she never came back, you think what he would probably do, and again, he's not legally required to do this, but call the police and say, hey, my girlfriend and I had a fight and she ran off into the woods and I haven't seen her in a couple days. At least that's what you call due diligence, Yeah, exactly. Again, if not for the parents, he probably would have been in custody. Again, I don't know. We don't know what happened there. If he really wasn't involved in what happened, or maybe he was, but she ran off or something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see here. Let me see if I can figure out some good news sources to check here. Let's see if we got anything new here coming down the wires. Things are changing minute by minute here. Yeah, human remains found in Wyoming are consistent with the description of Gabby Petito, the FBI says. So I would say it's probably a pretty good chance that that's her body.
As you are aware, FBI personnel need coordination with our partners at National Park Service.
Okay. So that was the press conference the FBI had a few minutes ago. The aerial image of the area where she was found looks relatively flat. Really? It's just tragic. So anyway, where's Brian? And if Brian wasn't involved, he's sure doing whatever he's doing to make himself look as guilty as possible. Crotchy, my puppet. I feel sorry for her family. Yeah. It's really sad. It's really sad. Squirrel Bay Parody says, it is Gabby. The body has already been identified. You can't just arrest someone because someone is missing, Omnipotent says. Yeah. And again, they have not charged Brian with anything. Okay, let's just go in his defense. He has not been officially charged with anything, and they have this massive search for him now. Now, he is a person of interest, and that is all anybody's ever said. So why search for him like that? I don't know. If they feel like they want to put charges and then say, okay, where is he? Then, but then again, it's a matter of time. He's got time to get away, right? He had a couple days there where he could be, who knows where. He could be in Canada. He could be, who knows where Brian is right now. I kind of doubt that he's in a park just a few miles from where his parents live. I just feel like, no. If he is, he's not still breathing, okay? Maybe he went to that park to end it. But if he's still alive, I guarantee you, he's not still in that park a couple miles from where his parents live. Anyway. Yeah. Chris Watts. I don't know, man. Chris, I don't think we can compare this whole thing yet. There's still so much we don't know. And in Man Banana, you are right. Again, if they had a fight and she went off angry and went into the woods and didn't come back. What he probably should have done is get on his phone or get on someone's phone and go to the police and say, hey, my girlfriend and I had a fight and she just took off and I don't know where she is. That's what he should have done. But again, she's 22. She's an adult. He's not legally required to do that. Hey, thank you, Jim Jones. Total conjecture on my part, but my guess is they had another fight and something could have happened. Yeah, and that's very possible. That's very possible. Chris Watts was the guy from Denver. Remember that he murdered his wife and 2 kids and put them in an oil storage tank. It was horrible case. Camper Fanatic, Brian's mannerisms were telling. Creepy, awkward guy for sure. My prediction is Brian is still alive because he's chicken. Hey, K-Dog. About this crying and really, really upset. Oh, man. Where can you see this body AM footage? You should have phoned to the Popo. Yeah. Again, be as honest as you can. If you didn't harm her, then be as open to the police as you can. Now, I don't have a problem with getting a lawyer because you may look guilty and stuff like that, but man, I don't know. He's on a dollar store air mattress to Cuba or Haiti. What's it? Yeah, I don't know, man. He was reading a book about murder shown in the video of him in the hammock. Really? Nomadic Dreamer. Is that true? I don't know. Did Brian own a gun? Grumpy old man. I really don't know. You can find the body cam footage anywhere. Yeah, they have the entire number of TV stations that put the entire 1 hour plus body cam footage up. Oh, Shamay, that will help. Prayers for Gabby, yes. It's all over there. Just Google body cam footage, Gabby Petito, and it'll pop right up. Nomadic Dreamer sent me a link. Okay, let me see what Nomadic Dreamer said. Hold on, I'll be right back. Temporary break here. The one-man news operation here. A one-man news operation. Check my email. Yeah. Let's go here. Check my email. New Yorkers and Floridians don't mix. Well, there's probably about half of the Floridians are New Yorkers. I don't have the runs. Jeez. That is not a problem. How much coverage of the drone thing do you need? I've heard about it. Yeah, that was right up before the enemy. You gotta go and you gotta go. Floridians are nerds. Did she walk off and tell him she was leaving him? If so, what's he supposed to do? I have no idea what happened. Just thinking, again, he could have done that, or she could have done that. Hey, Brian, I'm done with you. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Now, it depends where she was. Was she near a town? Was she near a highway? Was in the middle of the woods? And then she leaves, and then you wait, and she doesn't come back for a day, 2, 3. You got to wonder. Blue Point, Long Island. There are strange people there. I've never heard. I'm very familiar with Long Island geography. I've never heard of Blue Point. It's amazing. So many comments here are just fabricated BS. Yeah, I ran. There's a possibility he just left her in the wilderness. You know, if she just ran off, I don't know. Again, legally, I don't think there's any reason that he would have to report it to police if she just decided as an adult to leave. It's up to her. But, morally, he probably should have called the police and said, my girlfriend has left me and she's run out into the woods and I haven't seen her in a day and I'm worried about her. Yeah, again, why does he come back and get a lawyer right away? You're absolutely right. It just looks like he's guilty. Okay, what do we got here? One of my sources says, when I say it is her, I talked to two different sources and they said it is her. They're waiting on a final DNA confirmation, but they are confident the body they found today is hers. So that is from one of my police sources. One of the police officers had made a note of the fact that over time, he noticed the couple was losing weight, and he mentioned the word homeless. Unusual. Wow. Why was her phone in the van and not on her? Yeah, exposure. She could have just walked into the woods and I don't know. After a couple of days, who knows? Man. Anyway, yeah. Well, we'll hear more about this in the next couple of days, I am sure. Yeah, but again, they still haven't charged Brian with anything, and they didn't find him. 2 days of searching that Carlton Reserve, and they never found him. Anybody watch Agenda Free TV? I watch that every time. Some guy down in Orlando, and he does this little cable news network kind of thing, and he covers all the big stories, like hurricanes and stuff. Actually, he's a pretty good channel. I think he does a good job. Hey, Dave's RV Life. Wasn't Brian at his parents' house up until the media and mobs began gathering at the house? It's possible he is running from that. Time will tell. Again, he was there the first couple of days, right? And then he seemed to get out of there. I mean, we're having people in Florida driving by in golf carts with signs and protesting out in front of the house. And I wonder if that was, hey, you don't want your family all drawn into this whole crazy thing too, Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, we're doing a quick little live stream tonight, Johnny B, on this particular subject. I don't usually do a live stream on Sunday nights, but we got all this news coming on the transom here that they found Gabby's body. So we're going to just do that tonight. I'm not going to stay on here real long, but I just want to give you the latest update. Yeah, Justin says, now that this has been turned into a possible homicide, law enforcement can throw much more resources at the finding of Brian. Again, we'll know a lot more tomorrow when they look at the remains here that they found and whether it looks like that, whatever. Did she just walk into the woods and fall over? Is there evidence of that something happened to her? Yeah. Again, Brian is, if this was not his fault, if this was just a dispute between him and Gabby, and if Gabby just ran off and that's that, whatever Brian has done has certainly not helped his case. Okay. Just going back to home in her vehicle and lawyering up doesn't help his case. Anyway. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Camper Van Attic. Thanks for input, Camo Dave. Glad you did this live stream, Colleen. Hey, Colleen. Michelle Ortega, they should arrest his parents for hindering. That could happen. If they can prove that they knew something like where Brian was going and then didn't tell the police, conspiracy charges could get filed. Man. Okay, these two pins show where Gabby Petito's van was last spotted and where a body was found in the Grand Teton National Park. If it were not for the YouTube vlogger who had a rolling video and saw the van upon going back to edit the videos, we would never have found the body. So let's see here. There's a Twitter picture here that I'm supposed to look at. Oh, where is it here? Yeah, they're very close. Okay. Yeah. So Gabby's van was last spotted right near where the body was found today. So yeah. Hey, my peeps, thank you. James Rockford. The body had been dead for days in high heat. Okay, so yeah. Wow. I don't know, man. AC Gillespie. They always say it takes two to tango, doesn't it? I bet people defending Brian also think he is the 14-year-old monster and just have the. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I should do that. The I don't know, man news. So anyway, so yeah, it does look like I would say that the fact that the body remains were found so close to where Gabby's van was last spotted is probably, and then again, it probably means she passed away very, very early in this whole situation here. Her vehicle was seen last in late August. I don't know what it was, the 25th or 6th or something like that. And then, yeah, right near there is where she was found. May Gabby rest in peace. Hopefully her family and friend find some peace. Ben, they will get closure. Hopefully that is the only thing we can say about this that may be somewhat positive is that they will get closure. And that's an important thing. But, it's not like she just vanished and nobody ever saw her again. The 25th or 26th, right. And then Brian apparently stayed there to like the 29th because we've heard of people that have contacted us that said they saw Brian's van, Gabby's van, Brian there, but no Gabby for 3 or 4 days. And then the 29th or so is when he started hightailing it back down to Florida and got back down there on the 1st of September. So he hung around there for a couple of days. The last text from Gabby's phone was on August 30th saying no service in Yosemite. Somebody was trying to place her in California, not Wyoming. Yeah. Again, somebody. Yeah, that's very interesting. That is a very interesting thing, Macadamian. Can they tell that text came from Yosemite, or was that just someone said? How would her phone get to Yosemite if Brian allegedly stayed there in the Tetons in Wyoming and then ended up going from there? Or did he drive over to Yosemite and then leave from there? I don't know, just to kind of throw everybody off. I don't know. Yeah, high water circuit rider. This is really sad. There you go, JK. I wonder if the text auto-corrected Yosemite, meaning, when he went trying to type Yellowstone. That's very interesting. Maybe he's trying to say Yellowstone and it came up Yosemite. That does happen. They said they found the body 200 feet from the van and tent site. Wow. Yeah. Oh, James Rockford must know. James Rockford's a former cop, so he must know what happens to bodies. Oh, that's just, Again, but they can always test. I've watched some of those crime shows, and they can tell there's certain things about it, the decomposition of a body, that they can tell how long it's been there since it died, by the various processes that have happened. Let's just say that. Her phone was never in Yosemite. Yeah. That again, that doesn't make any sense. That would come from California when they were in Wyoming, and yeah. And again, that could have been it. She was trying to, or he or she, whoever was sending that text, was trying to type Yellowstone. It came up Yosemite. Again, that's autocorrect, right? Everybody has problems with that. Yeah, I don't know, Tasman. What if she just ran off and then met someone who was murdered? I don't know. Man, the Sasquatch. The Rockford Files. Yeah, Mr. Rockford and the new Rockford Files, huh? Anyway, so we've got some very interesting things here. What is this? Taylor Reed, Twitter. Twitter. Okay, we got a lot of channels here that are covering.
2021.
Okay, Red, White, and Bethune here. Is this Gabby Petito's van caught on a YouTuber's camera? Wow. Yeah, again, a number of people have said they thought they saw her van there those last few days of August. Man, oh man, man, oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, Brian. Cheryl's Adventures and Slots. Again, Brian, there was so much he could have done if this really wasn't his, if she accidentally went out and something happened to her. The fact that he did what he did, stayed there for a couple of days, took her van, went back to Florida, lawyered up. It makes him look guilty. It just does, There's a body farm in Virginia. I saw that, Omnipotent. Yes, they put bodies there. I guess people donate their bodies. When I die, I want to be donated to the body farm in Virginia so that the police can do their forensic investigations. Yeah, it's very true. They can look at a body, forensic examiner, and instantly tell you how long it's been out there, just by the growth of whatever is inside the body. It's really disgusting, but it is true. God. I don't know. White Ford Transit vans are all unique. I never knew this. Really? There was a 2012 Ford Transit van, right? Man, oh man. Okay, so let's just see here if we got any latest updates on anything. If any of the important news organizations are reporting. Okay, live. Okay, we got confirmation. Okay, this is it. Live update on Fox News. Again, Fox News says they've confirmed that it's Gabby's body, but 2 minutes ago, human remains found in Wyoming, likely Gabby. But again, their front page link says confirmed. Investigators continue the national search. Again, the news media is kind of trying to jump on this a little bit. Fox News' front page says they've confirmed that it's Gabby, but when you click on the link, it says it's likely Gabby. So I think we can probably say it's probably Gabby. Man, Camo Dave is going to a body farm. Well, what the heck? If you're gonna go, why not? Jeez, you want to be donated to Kroger's like Jimmy Hoffa, high water circuit rider. Yeah, again, let's do a video on whatever happened to Jimmy Hoffa. Is he in the Meadowlands end zone? What was Rockford's comment this morning, Desrat? What did he say? What was he right on about? Rockford's a smart guy. He really does know what's going on. Hey, thank you, Sue Kelly. Anyway. Yeah, again, Homesteader Lane. It's likely her, but again, until they do the DNA testing, which is probably going to be tomorrow sometime, we're not going to know for sure. It's not going to be confirmed, but I guess that's the best we're going to be able to do tonight, that it is pretty likely that remains were Gabby. But again, we're not going to know for 100% certainty till tomorrow. A body farm is where they take people that pass away, donate their bodies, and then they lay them out in this like open environment and let them decompose at different times. And then they look at how far a body decomposes in a certain day or week or month. And then police can then, when in future cases, when they actually find murdered bodies or accident victims, they can actually determine how long. They can do it pretty accurately. When did this person die? Was it a day ago, a week ago, whatever? When they were buried or whether when they were left on the surface. Man. Yeah, Nomadic Dreamer. I think the police, the FBI, thank you, Janice. I think the police and the FBI know more than they're letting on. Again, that has to be the case with that whole search there of the Carlton Reserve there near Northport, Florida. I mean, the massive amount of people attending that search, they have to pretty well think Brian's in that park in one form or another, right? Why would they send such a massive search into that park? Hoff is buried in the freeway overpass support beam in Detroit. We've heard. I thought he was buried in the end zone of the Giant Stadium there in the Meadowlands. RV keeping it rolling. It's her father posted on Instagram. What did her father post? RV keeping it rolling. Yeah, there's a lot of ways they use to confirm. Dental records are one of them. DNA, whatever. Yeah. Wow. Hey, thank you, Pamela. Yeah, I'm just trying to present the news here for you. I don't know. My morning comment. Okay, I'm assuming that there is an arrest warrant for Brian's arrest. Otherwise, there would not be such a massive search for him. And I think you're absolutely right, James Rockford. I was saying the same thing today. Why are they doing such a massive search for this guy when they don't even have a charge against him? He's a person of interest. But okay. And yeah, they don't want him to get away and they'd like to, have him around. But why such a massive search for a person who has not even been charged with a crime? Technically, the warrant probably had nothing to do with the missing or murdered girlfriend, but probably for something like motor vehicle theft for taking the van without her. Yeah, again, that's kind of a stretch. They, stealing the van. I guess you could do that just to kind of hold somebody, what they call a technicality, right? Cement boots in Lake Michigan. Man, somebody needs to find Jimmy Hoffa, wherever he is. Jeez. Remember when people went after Casey Anthony's house too? I don't know. WFLA. Well, they've had some pretty good coverage. News Center 8 there in Tampa, Florida. On Gabby's Instagram, they have posted a rest in peace, Gabby. Wow. So I guess, okay. So we can pretty much confirm that those remains found today at the Teton Park there in Wyoming are most certainly Gabby. But again, we're not going to get 100% confirmation until tomorrow. Check the crawl space at the parents' house. Maybe, yeah, you're talking about Brian there. Yeah, KCADV. I'll tell you, if I were Brian and I did something to Gabby and it's going to come out and the last thing I'd want to do is bring my friends and family down with me. So I would probably do what he did. I would probably just, I knew the end was near. Do I want to just go to the police and confess? You could do that. And maybe hope that, you don't get the death penalty or something. Or you could just do the Hail Mary and take off and see what happens, and maybe, take some pills with you or a gun. And, I don't know. Again, I really think they haven't been able to find Brian in that park, the Carlton Reserve, in the last 2 days. And if he's still there, he's probably not alive. Okay. If he was alive, someone would have seen him. He's whatever. What's up, buddy? Lance here. How are you? Hey, Boondocking with Boomer. Nice to see you. How's everything up in Canada? Man, is this a big story up in Canada too? Are they covering this up there in Ontario and British Columbia? I don't know. Is this just an American phenomenon? And I know a lot of the news media coverage we're seeing is from a lot of those British, Independent and Daily Mail stuff. Let's see what the Daily Mail has. They're usually pretty good on stuff like this. Let's see what they've got a big story up here on it from the good old tabloid UK. Okay, here's the Daily Mail. FBI says body matching the description of Gabby Petito has been found at Spread Creek campsite in Wyoming, where van life girl stayed with. Yeah, and then they're trying to kick me off here because I have an ad blocker on this. I can't stand this. Okay, I always have to do incognito mode. I always forget to do that. Where the van life girl stayed with her boyfriend, his dad pays tribute to daughter who touched the world. She's you just wish the cops, when they did that body cam thing on the 12th of April, had just kind of said, Gabby, get in the car, take you to the police station, call your parents, you know? In the movie Bad Ronald, his parents hid him in a room in the house after he killed a neighbor. Parents, neighbor, your friends and neighbors will do that sometimes, protect. But then the friend, again, it is a crime. If you know that somebody has admitted to you that they committed a murder and you don't tell the police, they can get you for conspiracy. He could be hiding in the attic. He could be. I think they searched the house, though, didn't they? Didn't they search Brian's parents' house? If he was alive, the FBI's heat detecting helicopter would have spotted him. That is right. They'd fly over that and they can see like you will glow red, right? If they see, well, they see animals too. There's animals in there, alligators. But yeah, that's what I say. I think if after 2 days they haven't found him or any evidence of him, if he's there, he is most likely not alive. And there are animals and stuff in that park. So they are, alligators and stuff. So yeah, it is a swampy offshoot of the Everglades there. Jimmy Hoffa's in the concrete pillars of the Michigan Bridge. Jeez. Yeah, if you want to watch the circus in front of the parents' house, follow Brian Entin on Twitter. Wow. Again, then we're going to get into the whole story with Brian is how much did his family try to, know, they may know where he is. Maybe he's not in the park. Maybe they said he's in the park and now he's in Haiti or Cuba or on a raft in the Straits of Gibraltar. Who knows? Jamae, I stopped reading the Daily Mail. The stories depressed me so bad. The worst of humanity. Yeah. The charge could be harboring a wanted criminal. Again, James, though, they haven't charged him with anything. He's not a wanted criminal. I have not seen any story where anybody's charged Brian Laundrie with anything yet, right? So has he a wanted criminal? So yeah, in that respect, a lawyer could say, wait a minute, he's not charged with anything. The Miami death penalty on hiatus in 1976. Oh, yeah. A lot of states have the death penalty but haven't used it. Dar and Dar. Oh, Nampanana. Okay. I'll keep an eye on Dar and Dar. Brian came home and told his parents what happened. That's why they lawyered up instantly. They should be charged. I don't know. If they can prove that Brian told them that, that he did something nasty, then, I don't know. That's something for the lawyers to fight over. The video by Red, White, and Bethune. I've been watching some of that stuff. Yeah, on YouTube, pretty much points to Brian. Again, everything is pointing to Brian. I think that is very true. They aren't cold-blooded. Oh, okay. They deserve to be shunned by the public, neighborhoods, businesses, so much agony and grief. Again, we're seeing like these two families battling, right? The Gabby family and the Brian family. They're actually kind of battling each other, Van found on August 27th in spot Gabby's body was found. Really? Moral of the story, never travel in the wilderness with a... Yeah, man. How dare somebody call me a commie? Jeez. I'm a commie. There might be a sealed grand jury indictment or an unannounced criminal arrest. That's very true, James. We don't know yet, But again, the parents wouldn't know that. It's not public yet. So I don't know. Man. Again, what if you did that? What if somebody you loved came to you and said, hey, I got in a bad situation. I accidentally murdered somebody. You would say, go to the cops, get a lawyer. First, get a lawyer, and then go to the cops and tell them the truth. The truth will not always set you free, but at least it's probably the best thing to do. Oh, Camo, not commie. I'm not a commie. Commie, jeez. Oh, my goodness. Red, White, and Bethune. And there was a very good article in the Washington Post today. I wanted to read a little bit of that. They were talking about the Post has been downplaying this. They're hoity-toity press. So they're not going to go after the big tabloidy stuff. But there was a big article here. Okay, their article here on Gabby is 1 hour old. So, yeah. They did have an article here, and I can't find it right now, They were talking about how this story has become such a big story throughout the YouTube world and stuff like that. A throng of internet sleuths are on the Gabby Petito case. This is an article in the Washington Post today. And I'm trying to click on it, and it's now taking me there. Anyway, on TikTok, the Gabby Petito hashtag has been viewed more than 212 million times. The massive interest in this case has galvanized sleuths across the internet, with content creators posting updates and sharing new theories every hour. Wow. There are a lot of people who are capitalizing off of and profiting off creating content that's designed to dissect the last days that we know of this girl, Gabby Richards, who researches misinformation and disinformation from TikTok. Ooh. I didn't know TikTok had a person that looks for misinformation. You know, again, I'm demonetizing all these videos, so I'm not making any money on them. I do get some views on them, though, but you know, hey, the media, the press, CNN, Fox News, they're all running ads with all this. That's the way they are, okay? That's right. Send me news tips. I get lots of news tips every day. CamoDave@gmx.com. We are not sloths. Sleuths. Soon there will be the FBI showing up at the parents' house with a warrant and taking boxes of evidence out. Also expect Gabby's parents to file a civil suit. Oh, good Lord, the lawyers will be all over this. Yes. Man, thank you, Sunny Girl. Thank you for keeping us updated. Oh, I appreciate that, Sunny Girl. Many parts of the world, retribution is to be extended to the immediate family. Yeah. Burn down a family member's home. Please. Okay. Look, you know, hey, whatever Brian did, don't blame the whole family. Okay. It's natural. It's a human interest to protect your own kids, whatever. Don't take it that far. Okay. That's ridiculous. Nobody wanted, you know, any bad to happen to Gabby. And I bet you Brian didn't either, but something happened that got out of his control. I'm a comma, a thought pause. Wow. Yeah, I don't know, man. What are we looking at? We are at 7:38 here. I'm going to go to about 8 o'clock, and then we'll pull the plug on this. I think we've got the news for the night. That is almost certainly Gabby's body there that was found there in the Grand Tetons in Wyoming today. And we'll certainly get confirmation of it tomorrow. The question will be, you know, whether she just fell, whether there was some sort of damage to the body, whether, you know, they'll have some evidence of whether she was struck or whether she just, I don't know, you know. Somebody said they looked at the area that she was found in, and it was not a cliffy area where she could have fallen. It looked like she was found fairly near to where her van was last seen there in that area. So, you know, not great news for Brian. But again, maybe she ran out of the van, and we don't know. We don't know. The FBI only got involved because the actions of Brian crossing state lines during the course of a possible murder. There are only a few crimes the feds can investigate when it occurs in one state. Yeah, that's true. That is very true, James. You leave the state, now becomes a federal, it's federal now. Right. Very true. Yeah. Theoretically, Nomadic Dreamer, she could have left, and had a fight with Brian, and then ran out and ran a little while and tripped and fell and hit her head. And I don't know, it's all a possibility, Anyway. Oh, Sunny Girl's getting a call. Maybe it's hey, Sunny Girl, it's your FBI informant. Dave had said he should have gone to the police, and I accidentally murdered. Again, I think the truth, again, get your lawyer and tell your lawyer what really happened. And I really think that, the truth, just say, really, we had a fight. She went and ran away. And then she fell and hurt herself. I don't know. Tell the truth is what you need to get at. you know, and again, Brian is probably, I saw that. That's very nice of Sunny Girl. Thank you very much, Sunny Girl. You have that situation where, you think, okay, this happened. I think I can get out of this, and maybe he thought that, I'll just head back to mom and dad's place, and she'll be missing in the woods, and they'll never find her, and that'll be that, and But I doubt he thought a week ago that this would all blow up like it did, and in a way, that's what's good about the media. The problem is we have a lot of issues like this where we have murders and stuff that don't blow up like this and they don't get solved. I love how Derek says he's redneck and he's from Washington, a liberal state. And then where does he go live? In Illinois, which is also a fairly liberal state, right? I don't know, man. We had a fight and she ran away, and then yeah, James. I think that's, again, we got to wait and see way more than just a confirmation. Thank you, Danny Lee. Yeah, well, tolerating conspiracy theories. We're going to know more tomorrow and more on Tuesday and stuff like that. But it is pretty sure tonight that that is her body, and at least that gives a sense of closure to her family. That, okay, now we're one more step on solving what is going on here. But it's so sad to see that body camera footage there from the cops, and I mean, she really looked bad in that. She's you feel like saying, hey, cops, take her back to the police station, call her parents. Again, she's 22 years old. She's technically an adult. I guess I don't think he actually killed her after watching that video of the police stop her. Leisure, again, we don't know. Hey, Misty, calling it a night. I'm going to be calling it a night too in just a few minutes here. But again, we just want to get the latest news here, and it looks like it is pretty certain that is her body, and we will know more tomorrow. And yeah. And we're just seeing here the latest news updates from all the wonderful cable news outlets. Yeah, we're pretty much, everybody is saying it is probably her, most likely her, but nobody's confirming it, and we won't know that till tomorrow. Pandaland. Jeez. I don't know, man. Yeah, Mick Jagger. I don't know, man. Again, it's people's choice. I'm not asking for anything, but I do appreciate it. Anyway, that's got to do it for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and say, pull the plug on this. Again, all our prayers and wishes, best wishes to Gabby's family. It pretty much looks confirmed that that is her body. From all the news sources we've seen tonight, it looks like the police, FBI, whoever that is, has found her body there in not far from where her van was last seen in the Grand Tetons there of Wyoming. Okay, so that is the next big story here. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll find out more about the DNA, the actual confirmation of what happened. They can obviously tell whether she'd been in a fight or whether something else happened to cause her death, whether it was exposure, whether it was intoxication, whether it was some sort of blow to the body, whether something happened to her. We will find that out probably in the next few days. And whatever happened to Brian? Is he somewhere on a beach in Cuba, or is he still in that park? Is he still alive? We don't know tonight. There's still a lot of questions about what's going on. But we do have a little more tonight than we did say this morning. It's my bedtime. Yeah. My gosh, I'm usually in bed by 7:45. I appreciate that, Cletus. Again, I'm trying to I feel a little awkward because I'm not usually a tabloid kind of person where I cover stories, but we do cover stuff on the Camo Dave channel that has to do with nomads and has to do with nomads who are on YouTube. That's what I've been covering here for the last 5 years. And this story just kind of fell into place here. Shimei tipped me off on it a week ago, and I just thought it was going to be like a 1 day thing. Okay, this girl's missing, and they'll find her tomorrow, and that'll be that. And it just kept going. It kept going. That is true. Hey, people. Bad things happen to people everywhere, whether they live in a van or whether they live in an apartment or whatever. Her phone father tweeted out that she is deceased, so yes, it's her. Says, yeah, I think we can say with about 99% authenticity tonight that it is Gabby's body that was found today. But again, what happened to her? We still don't know, and we will know much more stuff tomorrow. And I'm sure the news media will be all over it. Okay. Again, this reminds me a lot of the, so many of these other cases where beautiful women go missing. And what was the case? Oh gosh, the brain just, I don't know. What's her name? Yeah, Natalie Holloway. And this reminds me a lot of the Natalie Holloway case where the high school girl was with her classmates in Aruba and she just disappeared. And a whole lot. They never found her body, did they? They never found her body. On behalf of all the fathers to daughters, R.I.P. Gabby. Yeah. Again, that's tough for a father. You have your little girl who's under your then she goes out with the boyfriend and you take care of my little girl, man, that's got to be hard. That's got to be hard. New statement from the Laundrie family attorney. The news about Gabby Petito is heartbreaking. The Laundrie family prays for Gabby and her family. Wow. Again, we don't want to blame the whole Laundrie family. Okay. Come on. I'm sure they were hoping that Gabby was alive and well, and they don't want to see their, son, whatever, go to jail or worse, so I'm sure, again, they're trying to make it pitch like the Laundrie family and the Petito family are kind of at odds with each other, but, hey, they're protecting their own, and I'm sure everybody in both families is heartbroken tonight that Gabby is looks like she's passed away, right? Brian behaves like Lamont. I don't know, man. What is Lamont got to do with this? Lamont said Lamont is a guy who does this channel called Black Bigelow, and he said that he thought this was all a big hoax. So, and then he said, if I'm wrong, no one's going to care, and I'll just take this video down and forget about it. But if he's right, he would have hey, I predicted this. He should have reported the accident occurred and reached out to the police and never let the scene sidewander. I think you're very right. It's like a hit and run kind of an incident. You accidentally hit somebody and, what do? Okay, you stop your car, call the police, report it, and, you take the consequences of what you did, or you just keep driving and hope that nothing happens. Okay, they'll never find who hit that person. You're taking a gamble there. Okay, I think I can get away from this. I'll just drive away and I'll never get caught. And that'll be it. My life will continue as usual. Or you stop and take the consequences. Hey, I ran into this person. It was an accident. And, then you deal with all the S that comes with that, And in a way, I kind of think this is probably, Brian is kind of like that, he thought there was an out he could take. But now it's really coming back hard on him. And he probably thinks, hey, I should have just called the police when she went missing or whatever happened to her and just dealt with that then, How many other times has she marched away into the woods? Again, there were reports that she would have these situations where he would lock her out of the vehicle and then he'd say, calm down. And when you calm down, I'll let you back in. We heard that reported a couple times. Did do the right thing and he did the wrong thing in every way. Yeah, I think he did, Nomadic Dreamer. I think every decision that Brian made was a wrong decision, especially to get in her van and drive back to his parents' house, But, at the time, he didn't, I don't think he realized this story would blow up the way it did and become a international story that it has. And some of the people make dumb decisions under duress. Duress, it's a good word, Pamela. Yeah, well, who hasn't, Macadamian? We've all had people provoke us and we haven't murdered them. Yeah. Maybe we wanted to, but we didn't, did we? Duress. Yes. I thought you misspelled that. All right, Patty. Yeah. All right, everybody. That'll do it for tonight. Thank you for watching. Again, all of our prayers and best wishes to Gabby's family tonight. It's pretty much confirmed that was her body that was found there in the Tetons today. And I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about this tomorrow and into the next week. And who knows where Brian is, if he's still in that park there, the Carlton, what is it called, reserve there north of Northport, Florida, there near Sarasota. Whether he's still in that park, whether he's still alive, whether he's somewhere else, whether he's in hiding, whether he's missing, who knows? All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Again, appreciate all the kind comments. If you know anything more, want to send me some clips, it's camodave@gmx.com. I'll write that down here. That's my email. And if you see some good clips and stuff, I appreciate you sending them to me, and I will talk about them tomorrow and into the next week. All right, everybody. You have a good evening, everybody, and all our best wishes to again, deep condolences to Gabby's family, and our heart breaks for them. And we'll tell you the latest tomorrow, and I'm sure everybody else will too. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. You have a good night. Talk to you later. Good evening.